Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first video of mine that you're catching, welcome. My name is Rachel and I am a reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I primarily buy mystery boxes of either customer returns or online liquidation, sometimes thrifted merchandise, and I sell them online for a profit. This is my single source of income, my full-time job, if you will. And it has been, I've been a part-time reseller for 20 plus years, but over the past year and a half, I have taken my business to full-time. One of the things I talk about a lot on this channel is how I really would never have been able to scale my business to full-time if I didn't cut out thrifting, and instead now I just have everything shipped to me. So I did a little experiment to uncover the true cost of thrifting and really just show you and quantify why I find it a better value and better for myself and for my business from a full-time perspective to only source online and not go thrifting as a way of finding inventory for my business. So if you want to see my little experiment here, definitely stick around. So I've talked about this before, how I only do mystery boxes and how that really just carries my entire business. And a lot of times I get comments like, you know, thrifting is the most fun part of this job. I could never give up thrifting. And I completely agree. Thrifting is really, really fun. There's something about the thrill of the find. And I love thrifting. I absolutely love thrifting. It's so much fun. It's definitely a stress reliever for me. And it's exciting. I am not denying that whatsoever. Thrifting is probably one of the most fun parts of this business. The other argument that people make is that they find better things thrifting, or it's better for their business when they can hand select what they bring in to resell. I completely agree with that as well. I absolutely tend to find better things when I'm thrifting and when I can actually pick what I want to bring into my home and what I actually want to spend the time on, versus a mystery box. You can pick the box, but what actually comes in the box, you have to choose to list it or not, even though it's not necessarily something you may have picked up. If you had the opportunity to, you probably would have passed right by it. So I understand that too. So what I wanted to do though is really take a look at not only the cost of the items that I'm thrifting, but I also wanted to take into account my time, how much time I'm spending at the thrift store, and put a dollar amount on my time. Every moment you spend, there's an opportunity to spend that moment doing something else too. So in my case, I left my full-time corporate job to stay at home with my daughter and resell as my single source of income. So if I wasn't reselling, I would probably have to go get a big kid job, as I call it, and I would need to pretty much decide how much my time is worth if I was going to work for someone else. So why wouldn't I decide how much my time is worth if I'm working for myself? I think that's important. So, and this is going to be different for everybody, but for myself personally, I'm just going to pick a simple number. Of course, there's lots of nuance and factors and cost of living in your area and all that. If I were to decide I need to go get a job instead of thrifting, I would need to work for no less than $30 an hour. And that's not counting benefits or anything like that. I'm just going to put a $30 an hour. You know, if I were to replace this and need to do that instead, I would need to be making at least $30 per hour. So for the sake of this experiment, I am going to add $30 an hour. I've kept track of my time while I'm out thrifting, and I'm adding $30 an hour to the cost of every store I go to. I also know that everybody's different. Your area, you might have access to the bins, you may have access to different thrift stores. For the sake of my experiment, I am in the metro Atlanta area, and we do not have bins, so in this video, I'm going to visit only Goodwill stores. I typically stick to the Goodwill locations. They are the closest to me. They're the easiest for me to get to. I'm familiar with their pricing. So it's easier for me to stick with the Goodwills. There are other thrift store chains around here. Most of them I have to drive further to get to, and they're a little bit more unknown for me. But I will say that Metro Atlanta does have really good thrifting, in my opinion, and what I've read as far as other people's opinions. it's at least average, I would say, if not more or above average at times. Our thrift stores do blanket pricing, so they don't jack up the price on like different brands, specific brands. For the most part, they do on shoes sometimes, but I've never really seen it on clothing. You know, all jeans are the same price, all shirts are the same price, all jackets are the same price, sweaters, etc., regardless of the brand, regardless if it's new with tag or used. So it's really, really nice and predictable. They also have one color each week that is rotating out at 50% off, and one color every Monday that has been 50% off for the entire week that is now 99 cents. And so that's how they rotate things out of their stores rather than having bins locations, at least in this metro area. So that's what I'm dealing with. Like I said, I would say the thrifting here is at least average if we're comparing to other places in the nation, if not above average. Specifically, I have access to what I would consider more affluent areas. People make donations of more higher end brands. I have found some really good things thrifting. So, you know, I think it's important to take that into account. For the sake of this experiment, I will say I don't need inventory. So I'm not going to shop as if I'm desperate for inventory. I am going to be selective of what I pick up because I do want to pick up only the best and stick with, you know, it's much better if I hand select things myself that I know will sell. One thing about thrifting when you're relying on it exclusively is that it's very easy to get desperate and just start picking things up that may not be good pickups, but because you need inventory to list. So I'm going to try really hard during this trip to leave things behind if I really don't feel like that it's going to be a quick sale or that it's going to be worth me picking up. I really don't want to get desperate while I'm doing this experiment, and I really want to stick to picking up only things that I think I will sell. So if you like reseller content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love sharing my reseller tips and tricks and what works for me here on this channel. Hit that like button if you could. That lets me know that you like this kind of content. And follow along with me as I go thrifting. I'll show you what I'm picking up, why I'm picking it up. And then at the end, we're going to crunch some numbers. We're going to talk about how much money I actually spent, how many hours I spent thrifting to get these items, and what the true cost is based on what I want to pay myself of $30 an hour. And then we'll actually see, I'll do a 90-day update like how I always do with my mystery boxes to talk about, did I make a good profit? Was it substantial? Even with that hidden cost of factoring in your time and what your time is worth, I want to see in 90 days how that pans out. So come along with me thrifting and let's see what I can find and how much it really costs me to find it. All right, I'm at the first Goodwill. This is the, I would say, second closest Goodwill to my house. The closer one I'll probably hit tomorrow, but it took me, I would say, let's see, it took 12 minutes from my driveway to parking. And it's Sunday morning, late morning, almost noon, so traffic was pretty light. So I'm gonna head inside and see what I can find. So of course I walk in and go straight to the shoes, and what do I find first? A pair of Rothy's. These are kids though, so not nearly as exciting as an adult pair, but they were only $2.99. I always check the shoes first, pretty much anytime I walk into a thrift store. I also grabbed these On Clouds. These are women's, not in the best condition. They're definitely a little bit dirty. They're definitely used, but functionally they look okay. These were only $5.99, so I grabbed them. All right, I headed on to the jeans section. Typically when I go thrifting, jeans are the second place that I stop. They're so easy to look through, and I love selling jeans, so it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I didn't find any jeans though, unfortunately. I left empty-handed from this section. I moved on to the long sleeve tops, and really I didn't find anything in here. I went through sweaters, long sleeve tops, but I did grab this one soft surroundings piece. I don't sell this brand a whole ton, but this one looked pretty significant. It's belted. It was really soft and nice and thick and heavy. It was full price, $6.24, but I decided it was worth a try. This is the brand Spanx, and this one was also full price, $6.24, but it was in great condition. And this is a brand that typically always does well for me. And then I had this Banana Republic. This was a metallic like leopard print sweater. This one was 50% off, so I did go ahead and pick this up. I figure it's a good holiday piece. The holidays are coming up and the color is pretty nice. I almost never look through the pajamas, but I'm glad I did this time because I found these organic cotton Hannah Anderson adult pajamas. Hannah Anderson's pretty pricey. It's normally a kid's brand, but this was an adult pair of pajamas. I imagine it had matching family sets or whatever, but for $6.24, I couldn't pass this up. That was an exciting find, and it had the bottoms too. And then I kept looking, and I rarely look through the PJs anyway, but I don't know what made me stop here today. I ended up finding, check these out. You see them yet? Look at this. New England Patriots ugly sweater pajamas, half off. They were $6.24 regular price. These are a women's size extra large. Again, I am in Atlanta, so not real sure where the Patriot fans are at, and they're not doing this that great this year, but I'll give those a try too. And then I actually picked this one up for myself. This one was only $4, and well, I liked it, so I don't even think I'm going to list that. Last thing I picked up here was this Torrid blazer. This is a dark gray single button blazer. These Torrid blazers I do pretty well with as long as they're in good condition. Definitely worth picking up. And then I did make a stop in the swimsuits. I'm pretty picky about used swimsuits, but this particular brand is one that I'm always looking out for that almost always sells quickly for me. It was $6.24 full price, but this is a brand I look for a lot. It's Miracle Suit, and I did have to run this through the washing machine. It had some dirt on it, but I think overall was a good pickup as well. All right, I'm back in my car. It is 12:57. After I checked out, it ended up being $55 for 10 items. So, I got another 30 items to go. I'm feeling a little adventurous. I might try to hit another Goodwill while my husband has the baby. I haven't been gone, I guess, all that long. So I am going to look and see how far it's going to be to get to the next Goodwill, and probably just go ahead and drive there. All right, I made it to stop 2. I'm headed inside. It took me about 10 minutes to get here. I don't normally come to this one because it's not super close, but let's see what we can find in here. This store too, same story. The shoes are right when you walk in the door, so I did check out the shoe section first. These caught my eye. They were $8.99 Vans, but they were brand new with tags, so I liked the pattern on these and the condition, so those are going in the cart. I headed over to denim next, and I always check denim second. And I came across a pair of jeans I was willing to pay full price for. This brand, Judy Blue, it's a solid seller for me. It's one of the few that I will actually pay their full asking price for. But when I find it, it sells pretty quickly and it yields a pretty decent profit. So a size 13, though, is pretty good, too. So I have some high hopes for these. They look good. They are going in the cart. Next up, I found this Talbot's blazer, and I like finding this brand. I'll only source certain pieces, but check out the plaid on that baby, and that's perfect for the holidays. I'll take that one with me for sure. And here we go again. NFL licensed sweater here. Also, New England Patriots. They sucked last year, so maybe that's why all their stuff is in thrift stores. But I'll take this as well. People that like the Patriots that don't live in the market, it's hard to find stuff. So I think I have a good chance of making some money on that one. I just got home and pulled into my garage. The time, 2:19. So what was that? 2 hours and 40 minutes-ish that I was gone. And at the second thrift store, I spent $35 and got 4 items. That's it. And quite frankly, it was very busy. I live in Georgia, and kids go back to school in about 2 weeks here. So there were a lot of like high school girls shopping for back to school. I feel like there was some prearranged like where like all these girls that are all friends like arranged to have like a shopping trip together, like how when we were teenagers we'd go to the mall. There were like 20 like teenage girls that all knew each other, and they just were everywhere, and I stood in line for a long time. Anyway, if I wasn't doing this experiment, I may have just walked out and not checked out with any of this stuff that I was going to get. But I did, for the sake of experiment, pick up my 4 items, $35. And I only have 14 items total on the day for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So, yeah, I'm going to go out again tomorrow, probably. Tomorrow is 99-cent Monday, and I'm going to hit the location that's closest to my house first. So hopefully I have a little bit of better luck tomorrow. Today is Sunday, and I picked Sunday to start this because the tag rotation always starts on Sunday. There's a new 50% off color of the week, which was the red tag today, and it will be red tag tomorrow too on Monday. So tomorrow when I go, I will look for whatever color is 99 cents, and then I will also look for the red tags. They, at that point, had only been marked down for 1 day, so hopefully I have a little bit of good luck tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we are, day number 2, stop number 1. This is the Goodwill that's closest to my house and really closest to the things that I just kind of do when I go out on a regular basis. So I stopped at the post office this morning and FedEx, which I was going to need to do anyway. So they were on the way though, and it didn't take too much time. So I started the timer at 9:36 a.m. This Goodwill opens at 9, and it is 99-cent Monday. So all of the oldest tag color, which today is blue, I looked on their Instagram. So all the blue tags are 99 cents, and all the red tags are going to be 50% off like they were yesterday at the other stores. So I am going to head in here today. Our start time is 9:36. Yesterday I got 14 items, which means I need 26 more items to make a 40-piece assortment. So let's get into it. I'll show you what I find as I find it in here. This trip I didn't find anything in shoes, so I went straight for the jeans, and I was happy to pick these up. These are Express Stella bootcut jeans. They're both a size 12, definitely an older style, but a solid pickup for 99 cents. So blue tags are 99 cents today. Those are definitely going in the cart. People look for those because they don't make them anymore, especially like that. I did go through some of the other blue tag items. There were a lot of blue tags left, so I was pretty hopeful this day. I will pick these up all day long. These are American Eagle Artist Flare jeans. Great size on these, a 12 short, but pretty much any size of these older style artists are a solid pickup, especially for $1. Here's another pair of American Eagle jeans. I'm only picking these up because they're $1. These are mom jeans, which they're not going to sell for a ton, but these were in really good condition. So I expect that they will sell quickly once I get them listed. They are a smaller size, but again, only for $1. Those are good to sell on Kitizen. Also, these two, these are mom jeans as well, I believe. And these were $1 as well. Yeah, mom jeans. So those will go in the cart as well, even though they are a smaller size. All right, on to the sweaters. I did find this one. This was a fun, I think this is Reese? It's a higher end brand, $6.24, but I'm willing to take the chance. The material looked good, and it was really clean. It looked really minimally worn, so I'm willing to pay the full price on that one. Yeah, she looks really clean and good to go. So in the cart we go. That welcome sign's for my front porch, by the way. All right, here's another solid pickup. Spanx again, size small. These are like liquid leggings, and these are actually full price as well. But again, this brand does pretty well for me, so I really don't mind paying that, especially because these are in really great condition. I always check the rack that's right by the fitting rooms. They don't allow people to try stuff on anymore, but people kind of put stuff back over here, so I always check. This is a good Bolo brand. The brand is Blanky, and it's a maternity brand, and it's really expensive, brand new. These are just regular leggings, and these are regular price at $6.24. but I am going to go ahead and pick these up. The material's really good. They're really good quality, and people really pay up for this maternity brand. So if you ever see it, if you're not familiar with it, definitely put it on your BOLO list. That was a solid pickup. I went over to the shoes again. I always check the shoes a second time on my way out, and I did snag these Olakai kid shoes for only $3. All right, it is 10:58 a.m. So I was in there for what, an hour and a half? I spent $29 on 9 items. I think 5 pair of jeans were blue tag 99 cents. So that definitely brought my cost of goods down quite a bit on this trip. But that puts me at 23 items. I am just over halfway there. So I think I'm done for today. I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I'm ready to go home. So I think I'm done for today. And I have one more Goodwill that's within a reasonable distance for me. So I'll head out again tomorrow and hopefully find some decent stuff at that one tomorrow morning. It is Sunday. It's been about a week since I had the chance to go out shopping. It is 11:02 on my clock. I left my house at 10:51, so it took me 11 minutes to get here. I don't actually know when's the next time I'm going to be able to get to the thrift store, so whatever I find today is going to be the end of it. Yeah, I have a lot of other things coming in, and I don't know how much time I can spend on this anymore. But since it's Sunday, there's a new color of the week, so green tags are 50% off. That's what I will be looking for today mostly, plus anything else that has come out since the last time I was here. This is the store that's closest to my house, so we are back at the same store again. So let me head inside and see what we can find. All right, I'm at the new rack. I'm trying to be really discreet because you're not supposed to look on the new rack, but look what I found. These are 7 for All Mankind dojos. There is a spot on them. I'm going to try to get them out, but solid pickup. I'm willing to pay $8.24 for these. They're a size 26. They're not in the best condition, but I should still be able to get maybe $30-35 for those, so I will take them. I also pulled off that new rack. These Lululemon, I think they're called dance pants, studio dance pants, something like that. These are definitely an older style. They've got some wear. They're not in the best condition, but they're only $6. This style of pants does pretty well for me, at least in my past. In the past, I've noticed they have. So those are going in the cart too. All right, I'm checking out the pants. I found these Torrid jogger pants in a size 3. I do like picking up Torrid depending on the piece. These are going to go with me. These look practically brand new. They have no wear. And since green tags are 50% off this day, I figured that was a great pickup as well. I decided to grab these as well too because they are half off. They are Eddie Bauer size 2X, and these are like green jogger pants. Because they're new with tag, I don't know if I would have picked these up if they weren't new, but they're half off. They're new with tag. They're a really good size, so I figured those would be a good pickup as well. All right, I'm on to the kids section. I like checking the kids section because I have a kid. Sometimes I find stuff for her and sometimes I find stuff to sell. This is a brand new with tag Disney mini jacket. It's a size 18 months and it's $3.24. Some Disney stuff sells really well, so I'm going to take a chance on that piece. All right, I'm at the new rack again. I'm not supposed to be there, but look what I found. Look what I found, you guys. This is so exciting. Lily Pulitzer, which actually, come to find out, I got too excited because these have a stain on them that I didn't find until I got home, but I bought them anyway, and these are good. These got listed. These are also Lily Pulitzer shorts, so those were, I think, $4.24 a piece, brand new, $5.24 a piece, and I think that's a solid pickup as well. Gotta love the new racks. All right, it is 12:07. I just got back to my car. I ended up getting 7 items for $38.09. So I think, if I remember correctly, we left off at 23. So now I have 30. I'm going to hit a thrift store, one that I really like to go to. It's a little bit further from my house. I haven't been there in a while, and I haven't been there yet for the sake of this video. So I think I'm at 30 items. I thought I had more than I really did, and I sat down to count, and I think I'm at 30, or maybe not even, maybe slightly under 30. So I want to try my best to get at least 10 more items and get as close to 40 as I can for the sake of this video. So I'm headed out. It's 10:30, and I'll let you guys know when I get there. We're going to be looking for orange tags today. Since it's Sunday, the color tag rotated, and orange tags are 50% off today. I definitely don't know this brand, but it is, retail's pretty high. It is real leather, and it's very unique. So handbags are not really my forte, but I'm going to take a chance on that one. These are almost pickups. So I did not pick up this Torrid blazer because it was $7 and it was a smaller size and not the best style. So that was an almost. There were lots of almosts on this trip. This one is a Chico's jacket. It is new with tag. And this one was also $7. And I don't have the best luck with Chico's, so I really wasn't trying to spend that much on that jacket. I did grab this one though. This is the brand Habitat, and this is a really nice substantial piece by them. I really like the color. This one is also $7.24, but I think this one, given that it has such a huge following, I thought that one was a good pickup. All right, I got a pair of jeans here. These are Escada Sport. I don't love selling this higher end brand, especially because, sometimes it tends to sit. And because these are half off, I'm sitting here wondering what might be wrong with these, because why were they passed up so many times? But they are half off. It's a little less than a risk. So I was in this Goodwill for a little under an hour. And the three things that I showed you was all I found. I went through all of the jeans. I went through all of the sweaters, all of the jackets, a good majority of the dresses, like at least the size large and up. I went through the shoes. What else? I went through the kids section a little bit, and I ultimately decided those three items were not worth checking out with, especially because there was a line. So I am leaving now with nothing. I left my three items in the store and I walked out. So that is the sad truth of what happens sometimes. It's hard to walk away, but sometimes it's just better to walk away. I wasn't really super confident in any of those three items. And unfortunately, this is at least an hour and a half of my Sunday afternoon that it just didn't pan out at all. I left with nothing. So yeah, I'm cutting my losses now and I am heading home. I'm hungry. All right, I'm taking one more shot at this. It is Monday morning, 8:50. I am leaving to go to Goodwill. I'm going to go to the one that's the one I normally go to. I haven't been there in a few weeks though. It's 99-cent Monday, so hopefully I can find a couple more things to round out this video, round out my 40 pieces of thrifted items. And I think it's yellow tags are 50% off today and orange tags are 99 cents. I'm going to leave right now. I should get there right about when they open. So let's get to it. I will take you in the store with me once we get there. Here we go. I am in the shoes again, of course. I did only pick up one pair. These are Clark's collection. They were $5.99, but these are practically brand new. They're really in style right now, and they're a size 10, so those were a good pickup. All right, here we go in the jeans. Orange tags are 99 cents, and so these Paige Lennox jeans were 99 cents. I don't pick up much Paige these days, but I just could not leave those for the price. I feel like if I only sell them for 20 bucks. Same with these Lane Bryant pants, especially in the bigger sizes. They sell pretty quickly because it is an odd size. So I decided for 99 cents, those were coming with me too. All right, I found these Torrid. These are the Bombshell Skinny. These were actually 50% off, so they weren't 99 cents. But the Bombshell Skinny, I know skinny jeans aren't totally in right now, but I felt that these had a good chance of making me some quick money. These Lucky Brand, anything Lucky Brand in the older sizes, in the older styles, in the bigger sizes, I'll pick up. These were 99 cents, so that was pretty much a no-brainer for me. That should be a pretty quick sale. All right, and then here's another pair of American Eagle Artist Flare jeans. These are a smaller size, a size 2. But again, for 99 cents, these are absolutely going with me. These need a little TLC. They're a little dirty, like they fell on the floor, which is probably why they're still here. But I am not too proud to throw those in the washing machine and make my quick 20 bucks on those. All right, here's some more I ordinarily wouldn't pick up, but these are $1. I couldn't leave them. These are frame, size 25. These are rag and bone, size 25. Even if I sell them for 15, 20 bucks, you know, I'm not going to get much for those. They're not the most in style, but I can price them low, make a quick few dollars. They're only 99 cents a piece. I don't know. I couldn't leave those. There is no way. In the cart you go. All right, and here's some more American Eagle jeans. Again, not the best style, but they're only $1, so I can easily charge 15 to 20. Not the most ideal, but again, quick dollar. Usually when I'm sourcing on 99-cent day, that's my strategy, is like, what can I sell quickly that's going to be easy for me to list? So that was my strategy there. All right, here's some more American Eagle jeans. These are half off, but these are a great style and size. So they're high-rise jegging, and they're a size 18 short. So these I will absolutely put in my cart for $4 because those should sell pretty quickly, especially given the size. And if you are not picking these up, you really should be. I was so excited to find these for $1. They are the curvy cut junior size Levi's. These old Levi's have been selling great for me since the beginning of time, and they still do. So absolutely for $1, those are going in the cart. And here's some more American Eagle jeans for $1. These are jeggings, and they're a smaller size, but they're in great condition. They were barely worn, so I absolutely have to take those with me. I have a sweet spot in my heart for American Eagle, and it still sells really fast for me, so in you go. All right, that's going to mark the end of this trip. It is 9:56. After going through the jeans, I went through a lot of the long sleeve tops, a lot of the jackets, and the sweaters, and I got absolutely nothing else. So I just decided to call it. When I checked out, I had 12 items for $21.22. So you gotta love 99-cent Mondays. Really low cost of goods today, which would hopefully help my cause out a little bit. But I think that's going to be the end of this experiment, and I'll give you the rundown once I get back home. So yeah, that was wild. It took me actually way longer than I expected it to. These segments were not filmed any time close to each other. I was only able to go out once, I think in one instance, twice a week. Each day, except for the first day, I only hit one store. That second day the first trip I took, I hit 2 stores, but every other day I only hit 1 store. So I spent, if we're counting just how much money I spent at the Goodwill of North Georgia, $178.31 on 42 items, which brings my cost to $4.25 per item. Now, it took me cumulatively over these 5 weeks, 5.01 hours, if I add up all my time, to acquire these 42 items. So if I take that 5 hours and 5.01 hours and I factor in, I'm paying myself $30 an hour for my time added an additional $150.30 to this trip, making my total cost $328.61 or $7.82 per piece. So yeah, $4.25 sounds great. $7.82, not necessarily so much. I mean, it's not quite double, but it's pretty close. And the thing that's hard to quantify in the sense of money, but I do think is worth mentioning, the colors rotate. The 50% off color of the week rotates on Sunday, so it's most beneficial to go on Sunday morning. Usually I spend Sunday morning with my family, so I had to arrange for my husband to watch our daughter for a few hours while I went out thrifting on Sundays, which is taking time away from our weekends together. That, you know, there's really no way to quantify that with a dollar amount, but there is that. Could I walk into a thrift store at any time? Sure. But that's really like the best time to go. Mondays are a good time to go as well. Monday mornings, my nanny is here. So I do have the opportunity to get out of the house without my daughter. Thrifting, my daughter at the time of filming this is 16 months old. Thrifting with her is pretty difficult, if not impossible. So I do not take her with me if I'm going thrifting. However, I'm paying a nanny to watch her when I could be doing other things. And if I think about, if I'm paying my nanny, say $25 an hour, how many photographs could I take in an hour? Or, how many items could I draft list in an hour if they were delivered right to me versus leaving my house for an hour, having someone watch her for $25 and potentially coming home with nothing, or having it take me 5 hours to, get 40 items when I could spend 0 time and just have it delivered to my house. So these are just different things that I'm factoring in. And, sometimes could I get lucky? I think yes. The more time you spend in the thrift store, the more chances you have to find something really great and really highly profitable. But this is just an example of like why I say over and over, like, yes, I have items shipped to me and that is how I source and that is how I run my business. And quite literally, I cannot afford to continue relying on thrifting. If I spent 5 hours over 5 weeks and I'm only getting 40 items, that's not sustainable for a full-time business. I typically list 300 to 400 items a month. So there's no way that I could scale that to make the type of money I want to make by thrifting alone. I do think that I did a pretty good job of not picking things up just because of brand or whatever, but there were a few, I will admit, even though I was very consciously trying not to do it. Definitely once I got home and I started looking things over for condition, there are a few things that I think I probably shouldn't have picked up, and I did pick them up because, like I'm excited about this brand, or I really, I want to make sure I leave with a certain number of items. And I did even fall into that myself a little bit, unfortunately, while I was doing this experiment, even though I was trying not to. So imagine if I was desperate and I was really, really only relying on things I thrifted. That's how you end up with a bunch of stuff you can't sell or you don't want to sell or doesn't excite you, and you get a death pile. And so that's just another reason that thrifting kind of creates that sort of situation for us. So I think at the time of this video, I will have everything listed. Everything's ready to sell, except for the few things I couldn't list. And so I'm going to come back 90 days later and I will give you a real update of what I actually sold. And I will compare it to what I normally do with a mystery box. Like, was it worth my time to go out and source these things? I'm interested to see too. And I won't know those results until I actually give it the 90 days, just like I would with a mystery box. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see the 90-day update. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have you ever done this with your own business and just tried to quantify your time if you're spending time outsourcing? Please let me know your thoughts on this. You can feel free to disagree with me. Just do so respectfully. Hit that like button if you could. That definitely helps out the channel as well. And that is it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Thank you.